Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jason from AtomicMartians.com, here to bring you another toy review. Now what I have in front of me here is Deadpool and Taskmaster Marvel Greatest Battles comic packs. Now this is one of the more current comic packs, and this comic pack represents Cable and Deadpool number 36 that happened during the Marvel Civil War. Now let's get a closer look at the figures in package still. Deadpool and Taskmaster. Taskmaster looks like he comes with a lot of weapons. Deadpool has a lot of weapons too, so I have a feeling there's going to be a ton of weapons in this pack. Alright, very nice packaging. Pretty standard Marvel Universe though. Comic 2-pack. Alright, let's get them open and check them out. First up we have Taskmaster. Now Taskmaster is basically a mercenary in the Marvel Universe. Kind of a hired gun. He has the ability to mimic people's motions, abilities, and also like vocal cords too. So he can basically watch a superhero fight, and then he learns how to fight exactly the same way as a superhero does. That's basically his special ability. He can't like fly or walk on walls or anything like that, you know. But he is an excellent fighter, and he's very, very difficult to defeat. Now, special powers allow him to learn basically how to use weapons the same as other people. So all he has to do is watch an excellent swordsman, and he learns how to sword fight. Or he can watch like Hawkeye shoot a bow, and he learns how to shoot a bow the exact same way as Hawkeye does. Or throw a shield like Captain America. Or even shoot guns like with extreme accuracy like the Punisher. So basically he looks for his mark, or the person that he's fighting against, and he watches them fight, and then he uses their abilities against them to predict how they move and what they're going to do, and to defeat them. He's also a trainer of a lot of grunts and generic guys, and he's trained a few special agents too, like US Agent and a few others. He has a little bit of a moral code to him as well. He doesn't always do bad things, so he's not like a super villain per se. A lot of times he's actually sort of like an anti-hero, or even a little bit of a hero at some point, once in a while. But for the most part, he is a bad guy. He's definitely a mercenary. He does most things for money and profit. Okay. Overall, though, I think this figure looks really good. I like his cape, how it is flowing back here, and it stands out. He has a lot of detail on the paint apps. The face paint is fantastic looking. Now, of course, this is a mask. He does not wear, he doesn't have a skull face. He's not like Skeletor or something. He doesn't have much articulation in his gloves. His arm does have a swivel joint there, but no wrist articulation. Of course, standard ab crunch. Actually, pretty good ab crunch. It moves really well. His legs and stuff, you know, the three-part knee or leg, foot, ankle moves back and forth right there. It's a pretty standard articulation. He does come with this quiver on the back with some arrows in it to go with his bow that he has. Alright, but overall I think this figure looks amazing. Very, very good detail. I don't see any defects. A little bit of a crease there. A little bit of crease there on his shoulder, so a little bit of defect there. But overall, he looks very good. He's very well made and very well put together, and he can carry all of his weapons at the same time too. So, all right, there's Taskmaster. All right, next up we have Deadpool. Now, I'm sure most of you know who Deadpool is, but here's like a little refresher, just in case you're not completely familiar with this character. Much like the Taskmaster, Deadpool is a mercenary. He does have a few mutant powers. He's excellent with swords and guns, and he has regenerative abilities, very much like Wolverine does. So basically he instant heals if he's ever wounded. He wears a mask because his face is extremely scarred and disfigured. He's also, for the most part, self-aware that he is in comic books. So a lot of times he narrates his own comics, or he just talks to the he talks while he's doing things and going on missions to kind of entertain the the reader for the most part. He's a little goofy. Yeah, some people really love Deadpool, and some people have kind of gotten sick of him over the years. Namely, for the fact that his character has changed so drastically and so much over the years. He is a bit of an anti-hero sometimes, and sometimes he's a straight-up villain. A lot of his most notable feuds have been with Cable, Wolverine, Taskmaster. He's fought with a few times. As far as the figure goes, I do like him. He does come with some really cool weapons. He comes with the knife back here in his back. That's removable. Yeah, it's removable. He has a gun in his holster here. It's a little 9mm handgun. And he comes with 2 swords that go slide into his back. The swords look pretty much identical. They are kind of bent up a little bit. His mask, it does have like the little point in the back, which some artists do, some artists don't. It basically shows that his mask isn't 100% skin tight. Now, the most notable thing I've noticed with this figure is the paint defects all over his face. He has black spots all over his face. So that's very disappointing. Sadly, this is the only one they had at the store when I picked it up, so I didn't have a choice between different ones. Also, his colors are kind of mute, and it's almost a little bit lighter shade of red than I'm used to seeing him. And it looks like the color he was cast in this color. But overall, it's not a bad figure. The articulation looks good. He does have this there's like kind of ball joint right there in his leg. It gives him the ability to, you know, bend his legs in a very high position and do crouching positions and stuff. So he has very good posability there. His ab crunch is a little bit less than Taskmaster, but it's still pretty good. And you can pretty much do almost any movement articulation that you would want with this figure. But overall, other than the paint defects, which I'll probably just try to scrape off or something, or you know, like sand off or something, this figure looks good. He has, you can definitely kind of, I'll try to get closer up photos, but you can kind of tell he does have a little bit of attitude in his face there, and his hand has a pinky out, so I don't know, a little quirky. Yeah. I don't know, overall I like this figure though. Out of the two, if I had to choose one, I think Taskmaster is a much nicer looking figure, a little bit better quality. The Deadpool doesn't quite do it for me, but it is the first Marvel Universe Deadpool that I have, so I'm pretty psyched to be able to add the character into my collection. Alright, there you have it. Deadpool and Taskmaster. I think this 2-pack is a must-buy for any Marvel Universe fan. You get 2 fantastic mercenaries to add to your villain squad.